let me see the content of the first file, which is logs.txt. So these strings, as we are seeing, it looks like passwords for me. And let's see if we can use those passwords to any user, but we don't have any user right now. So we have another file which is task.txt. Let me cat the content of that file by using the cat command, task.txt. And here you can see the first point is protect vicious. So maybe vicious is a user in that machine, I think. And the second point is plan for red eye pickup on the moon. I don't know what they are talking about, but these uh, these lines is written by Lin, as you can see here. So maybe we have two users, one is Lin and the other one is Vicious. Until this point, what we have concluded by enumerating this machine is we have some set of password strings that you are seeing here. And the other thing is we have two users. One is Lin and the other one is Vicious. I don't know if this is a user or not, but Lin is definitely a user. So let me clear that screen. Now, how we can go further from here? Let me tell you how. So if you remember from our nmap scan that we have done earlier, we have a port which is 22 and its SSH that is open. Let me show you. Let me pull up that scan that we have done earlier. So go to the nmap directory and cat initial. So here you can see that we have SSH in open state. And we know that if we have that port which is 22 and it's open and we have a user and a password, but the first step from here is to try to log in through SSH. So how we can do that? Let me go back a step and ls. Here we can see we have password list which is logs.txt. And now what I'm going to do is, in order to log in to SSH using the Lin user, I'm going to use each and every password from this list and try it one by one. That is also called password brute forcing, but it's a tedious task. So how we can automate this process? So we can automate this process using the framework which is Metasploit. And in order to start the Metasploit framework, we have to supply that command which is msf console, and it will start the Metasploit framework. And it's up now. Let me search here for SSH login. Maybe we can get something. And here you can see, let me zoom out a little bit and fire that command again so that it is easier for you to see. Here you can see SSH login, and we have 16 results. And this is SSH, KARAF login, SSH. But what is looking interesting for us is this 13, which is auxiliary scanner SSH and SSH login. So if you want to use that module, what you have to do is just type use and the serial number, or you can say its number, which is 13, and press enter. Now you can see you are in that module. Let me clear the screen once again. And if you type show options, or maybe just type options, it will show you the options that this module will take in order to do what we want this module to do. So key pass, which is not required, and what we have is pass file, our host and a username, and let me assign these things to this module. So how we can do that? We can do that by using the set command. So set pass underscore file, and what is going to go here is the password list that we gather from the FTP, which was port 21. And let me locate that file. It's in my home ShubhamSec. Try hack me and bounty hacker, and the name of the file, that is logs.txt. Let's press enter and set that logs.txt file to pass file. Now let's again set our hosts, which is the bounty hacker, that the this is the IP address that we resolved to bounty.thm earlier in this room. So set our hosts to bounty.thm, press enter, and after that we have to set the username. So press set username, and the username that we have is Lin. Press enter, and let's see what other options we have. We don't have a user file because we have a single user, and that is Lin, and it says verbose. So let's set verbose to true, so that we are not staring at a screen without any output. So verbose, what it does is it shows what it's doing behind the scenes. So let's set verbose to true, press enter, and again, let's see everything is set up properly using the show options command. And here you can see pass file is set to logs.txt, our hosts, that is bounty.thm, username, which is Lin, and verbose is equal to true. Now the last command, which is exploit, or you can also supply the command which is run, but exploit looks better. Let me press enter, and you can see it start brute forcing those password lists one by one to in order to brute force the SSH login using that user, which is Lin. So you can see failed, 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 and it's going through that list one by one. So we have to wait for that. And while it does its thing, let me go and see what is running on that port, which is 80. So http:// bounty.thm, and there is a picture and we have some text. So this is also looks like a user to me, Spike, Jet, and Ed, and Faye. So we can also use these users inside a list like the password list, that is logs.txt, and then supply user file uh, in that option that we see just earlier, a user file and a password file, and we can give that to the Metasploit in order to brute force that SSH login. So let's see where our scan, uh, and you can see it says success. So Lin, and the password is this. So we are successfully brute forced that password list with the user Lin. And now let me copy this and save it. Let me first exit out of the Metasploit, exit dash y, clear the screen once again, and let me try to log in to SH, but let's save those credentials that we just harvest from the uh, Metasploit brute forcing. So how we can do that? By using echo command. So echo, and in inverted commas we put that ID password, and let's give let's save these password into a file called creds.txt. Press enter. At creds.txt, and here you can see we have the combination of username and password. And now we are going to log in through SSH. So let's press SSH, and username, which is lin at bounty.thm, and press enter. And here will go yes, and it says for the password, and we have that password. Let me copy that password and paste it here and press enter.